We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a compelling AFC matchup for you, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And off we go from Denver. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback at 6'2" out of Auburn. It's Jarrett Stidham.
For a brief time, he was thought to be a possible successor to Tom Brady while he was still in New England, but that didn't materialize. But opportunity may still knock for him to start in the NFL today. Definitely has the arm and mobility to make plays against NFL defenses. All he needs now is consistency.
Stidham now off the bootleg. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Here's Stidham. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. They'll get this up to the 47 and block down there.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now Stidham. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
It's a gain of 3.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
From midfield now, here's Stidham. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Marvin Mims.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he will have a Patriots first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Patriot first down.
A carry here for Trevion Henderson. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That's another Patriots first down. It's a gain of 20. First down, New England.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely looking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Drake May keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Patriots get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Broncos nothing.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. Oh, nice move. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll go again. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Henderson.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Hourglass purple sand orange. Hourglass purple sand orange. SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Hourglass purple sand orange. Hourglass purple sand orange.
And the Patriots lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. The extra point now for Borregales.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Broncos nothing.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Looking to put a drive together.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Glasses purple yellow diamond. Glasses purple yellow diamond. Glasses purple yellow diamond. SOM backhand index pointing left full game live. Glasses purple yellow diamond. Glasses purple yellow diamond. Glasses purple yellow diamond.
Loss of yardage
SOM
ugly.
backhand index pointing left full game live. Glasses purple yellow diamond. Glasses purple yellow diamond. Glasses purple yellow diamond.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense, sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Here's Stidham to throw. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
This is 2nd and 8. Dobbins trying the left side. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Stidham on the sneak. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Stidham. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Was certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Now it's Stidham. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Franklin. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll try and throw for it with Stidham. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Backhand index pointing left full game rule. Flying orange purple ring. Flying orange purple ring. SRM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Flying orange purple ring. Flying orange purple ring. SRM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Flying orange purple ring. Flying orange purple ring. SRM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Flying orange purple ring. Flying orange purple ring.
That's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Broncos 7.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started.
SRM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Face blue star eyes. Face blue star eyes. Face blue star eyes. SRM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Face blue star eyes. Face blue star eyes. Face blue star eyes. SRM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Face blue star eyes. Face blue star eyes. Face blue star eyes.
Here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. May. They set up the screen for Henderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they got themselves a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. Short pass caught by Henry. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now May on the sneak.
And he will have a Patriots first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They found a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
And they go play action with May. Left side caught by Diggs. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. May going to give it to Henderson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Alex Singleton, a former Canadian League star, in on the stop.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll throw with May. And he spots Henderson open left side. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Henderson going to run for it. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Trevion Henderson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Patriots' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gamble with a running play. And boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. SOM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. SOM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. SOM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. SOM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. Card red penalty.
Allowed for great penetration as they stuff that one, Bob.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Milton Williams in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of
SOM
where they
backhand
are
index
in a
pointing
ball
left
game
full
and how
game
many
rule.
yards they've
Hands
accumulated.
yellow heart
Because, you know,
red.
they're
Hands
always
yellow
working
heart
towards
red.
100.
Hands yellow heart red.
Well towards 100 here.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Hands yellow heart red. Hands yellow heart red. Hands yellow heart red. SOM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Hands yellow heart red. Hands yellow heart red. Hands yellow heart red.
Make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top. You can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Up the middle, it's Henderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 85 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. To the air, May. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing here is May. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Face orange frowning. Face orange frowning. Face orange frowning. SOM backhand index pointing left full game rule. Face orange frowning. Face orange frowning. Face orange frowning.
And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Stidham. That's taken in by Franklin.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
To throw is Stidham. A short throw to Ingram. On the gain of 3 on the play. And that will bring up second down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 40. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
First down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
2nd and 11. A quick hitter complete. It's Franklin. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, it's Stidham. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now Stidham, off play action. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. The quick slant caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
2nd and goal from the 1. Harvey diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
For the Broncos.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Looking to put a drive together.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game live. Face fuchsia flower shape. Face fuchsia flower shape. Face fuchsia flower shape. SOM backhand index pointing left full game live. Face fuchsia flower shape. Face fuchsia flower shape. Face fuchsia flower shape. SOM backhand index pointing left full game live. Face fuchsia flower shape. Face fuchsia flower shape. Face fuchsia flower shape.
He'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. That is caught. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw, it's May. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 23. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, it's Henderson. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9. Slot man moves right. From the shotgun, it's May. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Henderson running straight ahead.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They're going to look to throw. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Trevion Henderson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Patriots go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Borregales now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Broncos.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game live. Text green game over. Text green game over. SOM backhand index pointing left full game live. Text green game over. Text green game over. SOM backhand index pointing left full game live. Text green game over. Text green game over.
Got themselves a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Stidham will throw again. Well, that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 35. A good pickup there at 22.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to it quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Here's Stidham to throw. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the 23-yard line.
Stidham. Going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Marcus Jones. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now Stidham. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stidham. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 104 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From the gun, it's May. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now May on the sneak. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on third down, usually you'd think fourth down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on third. Straight ahead, Henderson. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To the air, May. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line.
That's good for a Patriots first down.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Up the middle, here's Henderson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They run once more with Henderson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Looking to throw, May. He'll swing this out to Henderson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On play action, May. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going. looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Looking to put a drive together. After the interception, here's Stidham. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. They go play action with Stidham. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Stidham hit, and he lost it. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And now he's got him at a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Douglas, the man in motion. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 12-yard line.
They'll throw with May. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing here is May. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense and Jarrett Stidham ready to come out for their next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They go play action now. Stidham. That is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Stidham. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Now it's Stidham. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
To throw is Stidham. And he'll just get rid of it.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now it's Stidham. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Marcus Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Third and goal and still a long way from the end zone. Stidham. And that is incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This one from 35 yards away.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Will Lutz to
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Patriots offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying.
But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And green crystal ball. And green crystal ball. SOM backhand index pointing left full game live. And green crystal ball. And green crystal ball. SOM backhand index pointing left full game live. And green crystal ball. And green crystal ball.
Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This now a 3rd and 4. Here's May. Going deep for Diggs. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
You're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. He completes this to Sutton. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Stidham. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Back to throw.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Second down and a yard. Here's a give to Dobbins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 77 yards on the ground here for Dobbins, and a first down coming up. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Dobbins. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton from 6 yards away. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will
Stidham going to look to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
Broncos 28.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
After
the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Patriots offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. They'll try the left side with Henderson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Third and 8. He'll drop to throw. It's complete to Williams. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
9 yards. And the Patriots first down. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Patriots.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Nick Bonito picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Jarrett Stidham ready to pilot this offense again. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
At the 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and
They've
4.
called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And some room to run now. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Evan Ingram, 72 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Lutz will look.
SAM backhand index pointing left full game live. Eyes purple crying. Eyes purple crying. Eyes purple crying. SAM backhand index pointing left full game live. Eyes purple crying. Eyes purple crying. Eyes purple crying. SAM backhand index pointing left full game live. Eyes purple crying. Eyes purple crying. Eyes purple crying.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New England's offense set to go. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the third quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline.
SAM backhand index pointing left full game live. Penguin blue waving cheer. Penguin blue waving cheer. Penguin blue waving cheer. SAM backhand index pointing left full game live. Penguin blue waving cheer. Penguin blue waving cheer. Penguin blue waving cheer. SAM backhand index pointing left full game live. Penguin blue waving cheer. Penguin blue waving cheer. Penguin blue waving cheer.
For this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
2nd and 13. They set up the screen for Henderson. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs.
Base pass. Complete to Stephon Diggs. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5. To the air, May. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Yards. That's another Patriots first down. A gain of 16 yards. And a Patriot first down.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
May going to give it to Henderson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that.
second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
Stevenson will take this one in. Touchdown, Patriots. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1 yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Card red penalty. Card red penalty. Card red penalty.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. Well, now how about this return? And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Stidham to throw. The Pats are going to get...
SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Penguin blue waving cheer. Penguin blue waving cheer. SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Penguin blue waving cheer. Penguin blue waving cheer. SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Penguin blue waving cheer. Penguin blue waving cheer.
They need 18 yards here on third down. Stidham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Looking to put a drive together.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Face red smiling lead. Face red smiling line. SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Face red smiling lead. Face red smiling line. SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Face red smiling lead. Face red smiling line.
Looking to throw. May. Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
First down, New England.
A give for Stevenson, running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Play action. May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. Now Stidham, off play action. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Here's Dobbins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
4 yards.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Stidham. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Harold Landry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Face blue smiling. Face blue smiling. Face blue smiling. SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Face blue smiling. Face blue smiling. Face blue smiling. SOM backhand index pointing left full game lead. Face blue smiling. Face blue smiling. Face blue smiling.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Fair catch.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. And they go play action with May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
3rd and 5. They'll throw with May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And the Patriots, 1st down. A gain of 22 yards. 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. He juked him. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, New England.
They'll run the jet sweep with Douglas. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Throwing here is May. And it's caught. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
3-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll run with Stevenson. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. From the shotgun, it's May. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
To throw is Stidham. He'll get that complete to Franklin.
Passer and backhand index pointing left, full game left, face blue smiling, face blue smiling. Passer and backhand index pointing left, full game left, face blue smiling, face blue smiling.
Finding Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stidham. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here comes 2nd down. Now Stidham. Quickly into the hands of Mims. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Stidham. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. Stidham on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
I'm starting to wonder here, are they trying to prevent winning? Because right now, they're laying back and they're picking them apart, moving the ball downfield. I think they got to start bringing a little pressure towards the quarterback.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Franklin. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 21-yard line.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Stidham to throw it. Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now Stidham. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds of this ball game.
42, Patriots 41.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
SOM backhand index pointing left full gain live, glasses purple yellow diamond, glasses purple yellow diamond, glasses purple yellow diamond. SOM backhand